Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to our live feed update for February 17th. I'm your host, Taran Armstrong, and I am here on my own to update you on everything that happened yesterday on the Celebrity Big Brother live feeds. It was day 22 in the house, and this should be a quick one. This should be. Not only is it another pretty quick day here, but I'm also by myself, so even less chatter here. What questions could we even answer today? This only I mean, there's only 6 people left in the game. And they're barely game players in the first place. But we'll get to it. I'll update you on the veto results and some new plans in place as well. But beyond that, not too much here. So we'll be fast. We'll be fast. So we started the day, obviously, with Todd as the HOH. He has nominated Lamar and Carson for eviction. He did have to have some conversations with Lamar in the beginning of the day about whether or not Lamar wants to stay in the game. Hey, are you in this with me? Like, are you here? Are you gonna want to leave? And Lamar was like, "Well, kind of, but I don't know." And basically, Todd was saying, "Well, I need you here. 'Cause you leaving changes the game for me. But if you stay here, I'm gonna need you because I need you to go after them, Misha and Todrick. Need you to go after them for me." And so Lamar's down, but it happened. It happened before the veto. That's pretty much all that happened before the veto. The veto happens, and Misha wins the veto.
It's like my mind is like blown.
Yeah, surprisingly. Lamar says that this was some sort of quiz veto. They were answering questions, and Lamar said the feed's cut after he said this, so we didn't get a full explanation. But he said that in the quiz for the veto, he just answered B for every question. Just B. And didn't work out. Didn't work out. Todrick talked to Misha for a few times after the veto. They talked about who they would want to take out between Lamar and Todd next. Misha thinks they should consider taking Todd out over Lamar because he won an HOH and he came close to winning this veto competition, apparently. So they're thinking maybe Todd should go next, and they bring Lamar and Cynthia to the final four. They are definitely set on bringing Cynthia to the final three. So that's sort of the plan here. Later in the night, they're going to talk again about whether this upcoming eviction might be a double eviction. And in the case of a double eviction, they talked about putting, again, both Todd and Lamar up and then maybe just sending Lamar home. They do feel a little bad about taking Todd out right after he's helped them so much. And Lamar kind of wants to go home. And, Todd's not that big of a threat. Are there really any competitions that he would succeed at that they wouldn't? Not that many, right? So, they're a little back and forth on this, but they ultimately decide if it was a double, they'd just take out Lamar. But again, they've gone a little bit back and forth at this point. The thing they are locked in on is that they are going to be taking Cynthia to the final three. Now, worth noting, this upcoming HOH, let's say with Misha, I mean, we skipped right over it, but Misha with the veto means that she is not going to be using it. She talks to Todd about this. They discuss that the veto will not be used and that Carson will be the one to go. So with Carson on his way out the door, the following HOH competition will be Todrick and Misha versus Lamar and Cynthia. Todrick and Misha together have won a combined four competitions, and combined Lamar and Cynthia have won uh, zero competitions. And likely result is that either Todrick or Misha win, and then they send one more out, which brings us to the final four. At which point we'll either have the normal celebrity schedule, which is they go from 4 to 2 or something along those lines, or we have a different one, because Catan left without being voted out, which is what I suspect, and what they're talking about, that they're expecting a final three, and that we will have a normal final four eviction, which would mean that, yes, one of Misha or Todrick will not be able to compete in the HOH competition against either Todd and Cynthia or Lamar and Cynthia. However, it will all come down to the veto anyway, where all four of them will be able to compete. So they're basically in a very ideal spot here to get down to the end, assuming that is still currently the plan for both of them. And it's not looking great for anybody not named Misha at this point. So with that said, don't worry. Didn't you watch the episode last night? Todd is actually a secret genius. He's been playing this game from the start. He's way more likable than you would have assumed, right? Right? That's what the episode is telling us. He's got a plan. He's got a plan. He talks to Carson, Lamar, and Cynthia in the kitchen, wide open. He says, "Hey guys, look, I've got a plan. I've got a plan, all right? You, Lamar, and you, Cynthia, you have to win the HOH. You have to win this next one. It's the only way. It's the only way." What do you mean? You have to win it, and then you guys will put Todrick and Misha on the block. That's the plan. You have to win. It's the only way. Like, why didn't you just do it? Well, I can't. I can't do it. I can't go against my word until the final four. Those are the rules. I can't do it. I can't be me. But you guys have to win. And Carson says, "Oh, so I guess I'm just cooked then." Oh yeah, sorry about that, Carson. I'm okay. Yeah, I'll just be burning your house down on the outside. That's fine. Says Carson. He's like, don't burn my house down, but you guys have to win. Cynthia says, "Oh wow, okay, so like we're on a team." She's like, "Okay, well, I can I just ask something then, Todd? Why didn't you put me up? Why'd you put Lamar up?" And Todd goes, "Well, they really wanted me to put you up, but I didn't want to put you up. I didn't want to put you up. I didn't want to do that. They really wanted me to, though." I mean, that's oh, Todd. I mean, that's it's gonna get back. That's if it matters at all. Surely it will get back to her that the reason was to trap Carson, and that will really not look great for Todd. He says, "It's just that one of you has to win. It's the only way." And Lamar says, "That's a long shot, bro. That's I don't know if that's gonna happen." And Todd says, "No, it's still 2 versus 3. We've got numbers." Lamar's like, "I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if we're winning here." Uh, Todd says, Todd says something that kind of confused me the way that he was talking about it. And he mentions this a few times throughout the night. He says, um, Misha, she will not get all the votes in the end. Too many people want her out. It has to be someone well liked in the end if they're going to win. It has to be someone well liked. And Carson says, "Oh, well, that counts you out, Todd." And so Carson's like, hold on. If you're with us and you want Misha and Todrick out, why don't you just put Todrick up next to me? Why don't you just do that right now? And Todd's like, oh, I can't. I don't have the veto. I can't change it. He's like, yeah, but you're the HOH. Yeah, but like she chooses not to use the veto. There's nothing I can do. Oh, okay. Carson ends up leaving for a little bit, and Todd says again, really though, you two have to win. And Lamar's just like, dude, that's not gonna work. Don't you get it? I've been trying to set things up for you to get the cake. Don't you see that? And Todd's like, I do, but I can't. Wild conversation, wild idea here. From I mean, we mentioned on the stock watch, like he had the opportunity. He could have taken a shot here. Now, granted, Misha would have won this veto, and this is the thing, by the way. Even if Carson and Cynthia had chosen to still target Misha last week, with Todrick winning that veto, he would have used it on her. They would have both been safe. Even if Todd had then gone against Misha and tried to get her out this week, she likely would have won this veto and saved herself anyway. Now, if Shayna were in the game, maybe Shayna is able to beat Misha at this veto. She's done pretty well at vetoes and quiz competitions. But either way, you can't get somebody out that keeps winning. That's is the thing. So that's going on there. Later, Cynthia is going to go and talk with Todrick and Misha in the bathroom, and Todrick lets her know, look, Misha and I have talked. But this is before Misha arrives. Misha and I have talked, and we have decided we want to bring you to the end. We want to bring you to the end with us. And Cynthia had just been talking to Carson, like joking around, like they're like, wow, we've apparently discovered that not being good at competitions is better because they're keeping Cynthia and they're getting rid of Carson. She's like, yeah, I guess not being good at things was a good thing for me. And so she's then told right after that by Todrick, yeah, we want to keep you to the end. She's like, wow. Like, yeah, not winning things, being bad at competitions is like my superpower. I'm going to go to the end. Todrick says, yeah, we can't take Todd. He's just winning too much. He's got to go. And she's like, yeah, what happened? All of a sudden, Todd's unstoppable. And they start talking about how Todd was performing so well on the wall despite all of his surgeries, and he was doing well in the quiz competition. He just rocked that tasting competition. Todrick, by the way, hated the tasting competition. Thought it was very unfair. Very unfair, the tasting competition. So that's going on there, and that's really all we got. Carson did mention when he was talking to Cynthia that maybe they should go to Todrick and try to get his vote to keep him, because they should be loyal to each other and protect each other as they have talked about. But obviously, not looking great. But still, you could see a scenario where no, maybe not. Can't even go there. Look, we've got a whole day today. Veto ceremony will, I guess the veto ceremony will take place, right? But it's not going to be used. anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then tomorrow night we will have an eviction where we will likely see Carson go, and then we will have the HOH competition between Todrick, Misha, Lamar, and Cynthia. I mean, at this point, if Misha doesn't win this game, then like they fumbled one of the easiest end games I've ever seen. um, we will see. We will see how this goes here. And so yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention, Todd and Lamar were talking about the final two. And Todd Lamar was again very confused. They were talking about the final HOH, and Lamar's like, so the winner of the competition, they get the money, right? And Todd's like, yes. Well, no, the winner has to still get the votes to win the money. So you win the competition, you could still not get the money. Yes. But then who gets the money? The person in second place, or the person that was brought to the two by the winner. It's like, but how does that? So you lose, so you can lose, you can be in second place and still get the money. Like, yeah, because they're talking about the winner of the final competition. And that's when Todd says, like, yeah, so like, you have to still have the votes in the end. So that's why, like, Misha, like, she's not going to win because everybody wants her out. Everyone's going to vote her, not going to vote her out. So that's the tricky part. You need to get her out. I was like, what, Todd? What are you saying? Do you want Misha in the end because you don't think people will vote for her? Or do you think that people will? I don't know what he's saying. I don't know if he knows what he's saying at this point. But I do know that he wants Todrick out over Misha. So there's that. They all think that Todrick is like the golden child. They think that he is the true threat, and that everyone's going to vote for him, and that he's America's favorite, and that Shayna is hated, and that Shayna can try and talk the jury into not voting for Todrick all she wants. It's not going to work because he's too good. It's like the exact opposite of what you would ever want in the house, is for the people in the house to think you're a massive threat, massively popular. The jury's definitely going to vote for you. But then in reality, it's like, ooh, not those things. So that's what we got. That's the day. I guess if any questions, we can try to ask questions before we wrap up here, but there's really, as I said, not too much else. It's a pretty simple game at this point. It's just, as I said, one of the easiest sort of stomping grounds to get down to the end that I have seen in a while. Let's see. Any questions? Any questions? I don't know if there are going to be any questions. This might be what we've got. You can find me on Twitch, of course. I'll be live tomorrow night watching the 2-hour episode. If you want to hang out and not have to sit through 2 hours without any company, then that's where to go. Twitch.tv/Taran Armstrong. All right. Let's see. Does anybody want Cynthia to win? I don't know. I feel like people have people calmed down about the Cynthia stuff. I don't know. It's hard because everybody's guilty except for Lamar in terms of the Shayna stuff. Are we not having double eviction? I think we still might have a double eviction. Who do I think America will vote for? I think America will vote for Lamar first, Todd second, Misha third, maybe over Cynthia. Misha, Cynthia. Who knows? Depends on the edit. And then Todrick last. Is Celebrity Big Brother like regular Big Brother on how comps get more physical toward the end of the season? I mean, that's a good question. It's been a few years since we've done Celebrity Big Brother, but I do recall some of the end comps being somewhat physical, but we'll see. Any chance of BB Comics coming back? I would hope so. It would be fun. But there's only so many comps left. Oh, that's true. How would America vote if the final 3 is going into the finale night? Who knows? We'll figure it out. Yeah, BB can just 1 week from the finale. And I think that's about what we've got. Do I think Cynthia should side with Misha or Todd? Well, she'd have to win a comp for it to matter. If she could win something, then she should side with getting out Misha. That's the biggest thing. Because then, if she got Misha out, then Todrick would have to choose between Lamar, Todd, and her to bring to the end if he were to win, and then whoever he brings wins. And I feel like she would have somewhat halfway decent chance of getting picked by Todrick, maybe. But that's what we got. All right. Thank you for joining me here today. I apologize. There's not more to talk about, but this is where we are. Again, I mean, we're in the final stretch here. Less than a week remains in the Celebrity Big Brother game. But I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to update you on everything that happens today on the Celebrity Big Brother live feeds tomorrow night. Again, live during the episode on Twitch, after the episode on the recap, and then we're gonna keep going because Saturday is an episode, Sunday is an episode, Monday is a 2-hour episode, and then the Tuesday night we'll have a Stock Watch Roundtable, and then Wednesday will be the finale. So it's gonna be every night from now until the end. So stay tuned. It's coming. Thank you so much for joining me here, though. You can find me on Twitter at Armstrong Taran, YouTube at the YouTube places and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I will see you next time.